Grant Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Let's look at the All-Star score.
Who won? Who played?
Oh, man. I don't. It's so stupid now. They don't even do West versus East. It's like a playground thing
I
where
just saw that.
two captains choose their teams.
Team LeBron versus
Stupid.
Team Durant.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I mean, why would you care who wins that? Why would you care?
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't. 170 to 150 was the score. Some team beat the other team.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares?
I didn't watch it. I didn't even know what happened until I looked up there. Keith mentioned, you watch the All-Star game?
Oh, yeah, look at that, the All-Star game.
Yeah, no. No, I sure didn't.
Oh, boy, that was the biggest non-event in our world, huh?
Yeah. I guess they had some COVID problems with a couple of the stars who couldn't play.
Yeah.
I don't remember who, but somebody
Some guys.
Two guys couldn't play.
Two guys from the East. And then it was in Atlanta, and I do know that they were saying, well, why don't you call Trey Young, the Hawks guy? He's right there. He could fill the spot. But that's all I know.
He's not an all-star this year?
No.
That sucks.
It does suck. But anyway.
What's he averaging?
Stuff.
Like 80 points a game?
Like 80 points a game. They didn't even invite him to the All-Star game in his hometown.
Yeah.
Where he plays.
You know why? Because he's black. That's why they wouldn't invite him.
Is that right?
That's why. Yeah.
That's wrong.
Discrimination.
We should do something about that.
Right? White privilege again. Mm-hmm. White privilege in the NBA. Yeah. Like that would really exist in the NBA. What is it? 90%?
Boy, I don't know.
1,000%? I don't know. It's pretty close to that.
They're talking about well, I don't know how serious this is, but changing the NBA logo to be the outline of Kobe.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, I mean, that's just been floated. I don't know.
Wow.
74% black.
74? That's pretty low compared to what I thought it was.
Me too. That's why I kind of paused there.
74% is all.
17% white.
Okay.
2.2 Latino.
All right.
0.4 Asian. And 6.3 classified as other races. What in the... Okay.
Pacific Islander, perhaps? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Why is there no concern about why the NBA is so merit-based? Why are you so merit-based? Why don't you do a better job at just equaling things out in the NBA? Should be the other way around. It should be 74% white because that's the population of white people. But no, it isn't. So,
my goodness.
That's interesting. They don't seem to care about that. It's interesting, Ivan. Mm-hmm. Is there a number people can call?
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, is it 888-900-3393?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so several patheads have been sending this our way. There's a lineup of some. Are these Biden administration officials?
Nah,
perhaps?
I think this is back in the old Pennsylvania days.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
And they couldn't help but notice how all the men's toes were pointed.
That is interesting.
Outward.
Yeah, the guys are kind of
from
standing
each other. Guys,
feet apart.
And all the women stood with their feet close together, and pointing straight.
Yeah, look at that.
With one exception.
Wait, what do you mean one exception?
One exception.
Oh, that's interesting. Far
the lovely
left.
Rachel Levine.
Oh, the
had
one
hers
lady
pointed out like the men did. But
that is a curious oddity.
Huh.
Huh.
That is that's odd. That's odd.
Huh.
Just
odd.
Odd. That's all. Just wondering why she doesn't point her toes like the other girls.
I don't know that I want to answer that.
Also, this was posted over the weekend. There's a new definition to learn.
Oh, good. We need more.
FTF, transgender pride. What? FTF, female to female. Okay. I can't. A trans woman who considers herself transitioning from female to female, as she has always been female, just not in the way being female is traditionally defined as. an alternative to
no.
MTF, which I guess would be male to female. Okay. So there you go. We learned that too. Yeah, don't say you didn't learn anything today, because
Right.
I know you didn't know that.
You'll take that to the water cooler. Mm-hmm. Hey,
FTF, you know what that is, right?
No, what's that? What is that?
That's female to female transition.
Female to... Wait,
What?
Female to female?
How do you transition from female to
Yeah, what
female?
is that?
Well, because you've always been female. It's just that you weren't traditionally female as much as you are now. Or something.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that an alternative to MTF?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Now
yeah,
I follow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the male to female is a different thing. But yeah, so it is an alternative to male to female, because female to female wouldn't be male to female.
Oh, we are doomed.
How can you say that? I mean, we're just finally now discovering things that we should have discovered a long time ago. They should have been doing this in the 1600s.
Yeah, we're the enlightened society now.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. We're the ones who have finally figured this thing out. Too many people were assigned the wrong gender at birth, and it's got to be fixed. It's got to be fixed.
Wow.
And if you're 3 and you feel like you were assigned the wrong gender, we're going to take care of it. We're going to fix it. And then if you determine later on that you made a mistake when you were 3, well,
Sucks for you.
yeah, kind of does suck.
Yeah, you should have
I
known
don't know
better.
that we can transition you back. I guess we can. Just it's hard. I think it's hard.
You'd been in this world for 36 months. Why didn't you figure it out properly the first time?
Right.
I mean, you had months and months of experience
Thank you.
to guide you.
Thank you. Yes, that's correct. I mean, it's your 3rd birthday. How many do you need
And granted,
before you figure it out?
you probably have no memories of that time, but you should know.
Jeez, just had a granddaughter who had her first birthday over the weekend.
Did she get to eat
Turned
cake?
1. No, her mom wanted her to have donuts, and so
Okay.
they had a little donut. We had a little donut celebration,
All right.
and so this was by far the sweetest thing she's eaten in her life. It was fun, but anyway,
Get video,
yeah,
pictures. Yeah,
yeah.
good.
For her to be starting to make a transition in 2 years.
Oh, no.
I mean, how irresponsible. What kind of child abuse is that?
That's evil. That's all. I mean,
it is.
It is the
It's
definition of
absolute evil. This sweet little thing who just came into the world, and then in 2 years you're going to put that, or 5 years even, or 7 years, you're going to put that on them. Yeah, okay. You want to make that okay, honey? We'll start giving you hormones right now, so you don't make the puberty transition in your current gender. Wow. I mean, I can't even imagine it. It's despicable. Is what it is.
So, how did she like the
Oh my
donut?
She couldn't believe
Right.
that there are things in life like that. She was digging it.
So, was it more like overjoy, or was it shock as to how sweet it was?
I think it was a combination of joy and shock. She's like, "Wow, this is better than that rice stuff, that bland, crappy white stuff that's pasty that you give to me all the time. Where has this been my whole life? I've been 12 months on this planet, and this is the first I'm tasting this." Yeah, she was pissed.
I bet. I bet. Did y'all convince her that no? They just
honey.
invented this.
Right, yeah. They
Last
just
week.
figured this donut thing out. We just got that. Look, by the time you're making your transition to a boy, you won't even like donuts anymore. All right. Also, we got this bit of truth. It was sent to us. If there was a contraceptive vaccine, but after taking it, you could still get pregnant, and you still had to wear a condom, would you still take it? It really is that stupid.
It sure is.
So we're obviously comparing this to the COVID vaccine, because you could still get COVID,
Yeah.
and you still have to wear a mask. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. Wow. I mean, let's look at the chart.
Oh.
And see how the COVID numbers are looking nationwide right now, because I think we've all figured out they're getting better, and everybody is.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Look at the drop off there. That's amazing. Yeah. That is fantastic. And this is from the CDC. It's not from, some conservative source. It's the CDC showing us this. So that's as low as it's been in a long time.
Yeah, I think as September, I think. I can't see that chart from here because it's kind of cropped tightly there, but it's been several months. I think it was September, I think.
And look at that spike that we did have. Wow. And now things are really calming down. Yeah. And we just hope and pray it continues that way. But it's why everybody's starting to open things up. And Fauci is yelling and screaming every day about, this is not the time to do that. Shut up.
Right.
Jeez.
You've had your year of fame.
Right?
Time to shelve it now.
Yeah, shut up.
And wow, you said those numbers are from the CDC?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Center for Disease Control.
Surprised that one got past the censors.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's somebody who sent that out and didn't check with their superiors first.
But now it looks like, did you say Major League Baseball in Atlanta, they said they're going to have a full house for the All-Star game?
Yeah, that's
that's projecting quite a ways into the future. What, July?
Get this stuff, man. They can't even tell me in April, less than a month from now, they can't tell me what percentage of fans they're going to allow at Braves games.
And yet the All-Star game's going to be full? Why can't you?
Okay, that shows it's not a science.
Weird. Yeah, that's
that
weird.
shows that we're putting on a show in July, and everybody's invited.
Right.
But we don't know. Maybe in April you won't be. But don't tell me that it's gonna. They know it's gonna be so much better. 100%. We're good to go in July.
By July.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of college football teams, including BYU, are saying, yeah, we're starting up regular ticket sales in May.
100%.
100%.
Cool.
Alabama said we expect full stadiums by the time football comes around, and BYU said much the same thing. And so I hope we're not surprised, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, we're back to none. We're back to none. Nobody in the stadium. I think there'd have to be a really serious outbreak again to shut everything down. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. Really, really hoping and praying that doesn't happen.
Curious to see what the Big Ten does, the conference that didn't even want to play.
Weenies.
Nebraska has the sellout streak going back to 1962.
And then not only that, but what will the Pac-12 say after the Big Ten says something? Really, Big Ten? You want to play? You want to play football? Huh? You want to? Want to, Big Ten? You want to play football? Huh? Can we go play football? Yeah. Just like the cartoon.
Yeah.
Just like the cartoon. Huh, Spike? You want to play, Spike? Should we play football? Nah. Smacks him across the alley.
Now then, so you got Chester and Spike, and then you got an even more pathetic dog that's playing football right now, and that's like out west, those little schools that are playing right now.
Oh, isn't that weird? That is really weird.
Stop it.
And you don't hear anything about it. And it's
the only reason we know they're playing is because the ref missed a call because he was adjusting his stupid mask.
And it's not just little schools. There's some, NCAA Division I schools. Their FCS schools are playing right now. It's bizarre. Yeah. It is really bizarre. So, will the Pac-12 follow the Big Ten again this time?
Spike, you want to play ball? Huh? You want to play ball? Huh, Spike? You want it? Huh, Spike? You want it? Huh? You wouldn't like that, would you, Spike? Hey, Spike, how about we chase cars, huh? Does that sound like fun?
You can chase cars.
Nah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be no fun. How about beating up a cat? Would you like that, Spike? Huh? Would you like that, huh, Spike?
Cat? You know where is it, a cat?
You know where is it, a cat?
And then they go look for the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there it is. 888-900-3393. Also, let me tell you about Brooker's Founding Flavors, best ice cream on the planet. I love this stuff. I can't get enough of it. It's probably a good thing they're in Utah and I have to order it because otherwise it'd be like every day I'd be down there. Every single day.
That's true.
And that might not be good for me, but I do love it. This is not like the artificially flavored pump full of air garbage that you get at the grocery store. This is super premium ice cream made with the highest quality ingredients, the highest level of creaminess, and I mean real vanillas from around the world. Really good chocolate. Their ice cream is hand-packed too, so it's really dense and really delicious. And I've been to their ice cream parlor. I think you'll really enjoy it if you're in the area. It's like walking into a colonial tavern from 1776 with some period decor and everybody in the period clothing. Check it out. And if you're not in the area, go to the website. They have a ton of amazing flavors, and they deliver right to your house. Go to brookersicecream.com. Click on the Ship Nationwide tab. That's brookersicecream.com and click on the Ship Nationwide tab.
Pat Ray.
All right, we were just checking out the fact that there can be a female-to-female transition now that we didn't know about, so we learned that.
So dumb.
In the meantime, California's large retailers are jumping into the fray, which I love. They might have to do away with boys and girls signage for toys and childcare aisles, clothing, that kind of thing. Under a bill that's being considered by state lawmakers, retailers could be fined if they have separate boys and girls sections. Assembly Bill 1084 would require retailers with 500 or more employees to maintain undivided areas of its sales floor, where the majority of those items being offered are displayed, regardless of whether an item has been traditionally marketed for either boys or girls. Wow. Or do they really have nothing better to do in the California Assembly than this?
Oh.
Really? Is this your biggest issue? Why would you even bother? Who is clamoring for this? Who is going into stores and getting all pissed off and offended that there are separate boys and girls areas? Why would that be a problem for anybody?
It's those 3-year-olds that are making those big choices.
Is it?
They're showing up there and
they're
like,
getting really hacked off. Hey, what do you mean, boys and girls? What if I want to buy my boys section in the girls area?
Seriously, this passes.
What if I want a girls toy from the boys area?
Why would you run a store like this in California? This passes.
I don't know.
Why would you run a store in California? Fill in the blank.
Yeah, why would you live in California at this point?
Get out.
I understand. Natural resources, incredible weather. Yep, there are some things California has going for it, but is it worth it with all the nonsense you have to put up with? It's pathetic. The bill would also prohibit the use of signage to indicate whether a particular child care item or toy is for boys or girls. Online retailers with a physical presence in California would be required to label their toy and child care sections in a unisex or gender-neutral way. Who is this for? Who are you doing this for? The gender-neutral people who are on the face of this planet? How many are there? I mean, are we really going to rearrange our entire society for like 8 people who could possibly be offended?
See, you went with 8. I was thinking there might be 12.
12? Really? No.
So we
that's
know it's somewhere
way too many.
Okay, but let's just say it's somewhere between 8 and 12 people.
Okay. All right. It's 8 on the low end, 12 on the way upper range. I mean, even if you do have a gender neutral person, are they going to walk into a store, see the signage, and be all pissed off? No.
And if
Come
they
on.
are,
If
I
they
don't care.
I don't care. You go home.
Go talk to the manager. Take it up with them.
Here's a clue. Don't look at the sign.
Look at the sign.
Okay? Don't look at it. And then you won't be offended by it. Honestly. Or don't go in the store. How about if I lay out my store any way I freaking please? How about that? And if you don't like it, again, don't come in. It's just that simple.
And you know what? And if you have a store and you want it set up like that, then do it. What the hell's the government getting involved with this? That's the issue here.
Yeah, if you want everybody to be confused and come into a store where they're looking for a certain child gender toys, like if they're looking for trucks and they believe that trucks are more a boy's toy than a girl's toy, and they come in there and they're not in that section, you're just going to confuse them is all. But I'll bet they'll look around and maybe they'll ask a store employee, hey, where are the trucks? And they can tell you they're over there in the generic section. All the rest of the stuff we just piled in together. And dolls and trucks.
You know, we really should organize your store better, if you don't mind me saying so. It's a little confusing. Because you've got Barbies, then you've got Tonka trucks, and then more Barbies. Why don't you just put the Barbies? Well,
we want to be gender non-specific here at this store.
Well, that's...
Oh, okay. Well, that's stupid.
Yeah, that really slows down my pace here.
Yeah. Did somebody get offended by your gender-specific toy layout? Because
yeah, that would be nobody. Nobody got offended.
That's the thing. I don't think anybody is being offended by this. And like if they are, it's about 8 people in the country. In the entire nation.
Or 12.
Or 12. It's somewhere between 8 and 12 people. There might be a dozen. But what are the odds they're going to come into your store if they are pissed off? I doubt they probably don't have kids. So they're not even looking for the toy.
That's a good point.
So the bill, if passed, would go into effect January 1st, 2024. And it contains a provision to punish violating retailers with a $1,000 civil penalty.
Get out my face. Stop it.
Why would you be involved in this kind of nonsense as a legislator in California? So ridiculous. The bill is co-authored by Assemblyman. Wow, did you just call this person an assemblyman?
Wow.
Oof, you better change that pretty quickly.
The plot thickens.
Evan Lowe. He's a Democrat from, what a surprise. Really? A Democrat co-sponsored?
Who could have seen that coming?
I didn't see that coming at all. They share the California Legislative LGBT Caucus. Well, they left off 2 Q's, an I, the A, and the plus.
And the FTF.
Wow.
That we just learned about.
Right. And Assemblywoman, again, with the offensive,
Point of personal privilege.
Go ahead,
Yes.
yeah.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
That's a good point. Wish we'd thought of that before. Okay. So Christina Garcia, a Democrat from Bell Gardens who chairs the California Legislative Women's Caucus, they've co-authored this bill.
Wait a minute. That's kind of non-inclusive.
Right?
Thank you very much.
Right? And Women's Caucus, what about your trans friends?
Wow.
A previous version of the bill was introduced in 2020. It was pulled at Lowe's request because the legislature was grappling with a then ascendant COVID-19 pandemic. But now we're all set on the pandemic in California. So now we can concentrate on gender-neutral toys.
Wow.
And the placement thereof.
So we spent a year crushing your spirit, your way of life.
Right.
We've mandated as much as we can. So now we're going to move on to other things like private businesses, ability to have gender-specific sections.
Yes. Yeah, isn't that great?
Stuff that matters.
So lawmakers apparently had some help crafting the language of the bill from Rob Smith, who is the founder and CEO of The Fluid Project, a gender-free fashion brand. Fashion and gender, according to Rob, is just like everything else. It's always changing and evolving. He acknowledged that the bill would likely face some critics. No, come on now. Only the haters will dislike this bill. But said it isn't taking anything away from anyone. He said this is just part of the process by which society gradually changes. No, it isn't. No, it's not. I just want to remind people we're always in a state of unlearning and relearning. No, what about the settled science of everything? What do you mean? Because I thought the science was settled on certain things, like abortion, climate change, all of that stuff is settled. We're not unlearning and relearning.
Oh, yeah. And
Again, with their selective bull crap.
what do you say? Fashion and gender are always changing? No.
No, gender is never changing. Gender is forever. That's just an eternal principle.
How do these people get jobs as lawmakers?
I don't know.
From the local level to the national level.
I honestly don't know.
Does this
They're such buffoons that in light of everything California is dealing with, this is what you're focused on right now? Good luck, California.
Ooh.
Good luck. Wow. All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Speaking of climate change, the seas are certain to rise in Miami. I don't know if you're aware of that. They're certain to rise. According to the New York Times in their story last week that said, Miami says it can adapt to rising seas. Not everyone is convinced. Could it be that not everyone is convinced because they have yet to see proof that the sea is actually rising? The article certainly presents no such proof, although the story is chock full of projections of future sea level rise. That's what I love. It's all based on these computer models. You know how many of them have been right so far?
Oh.
None.
Oh, okay.
0.
Is it the same computer models that said we were going to have above average warmth in
this winter?
and drier February,
Yeah.
3 weeks before we,
Had
again,
the coldest snap in the history of the freaking world.
had a high temperature colder than our record low temperature in Dallas.
And like day after day after day, for 9 or 10 days we had that.
Don't worry, hotter than normal, drier than normal.
And certainly no snow in Dallas. Come on.
No drying.
That's just silly. No. Because if it went the other way, there'd be some problems. And that's not going to happen. We don't want you to be prepared for them because it's going to be a hotter and drier winter than normal. Yeah, that's what they keep telling us with all these stupid models. The very first sentence of the data-free story begins with a bold prediction based on computer models, of course, not anything that's happened in the past or is currently happening right now. Officials in Miami-Dade County, where climate models predict 2 feet or more of sea level rise by 2060, have released an upbeat strategy for living with more water, one that focused on elevating homes and roads, more dense construction farther inland, and creating more open space for flooding in low-lying areas. Yeah, if you really believe this, why do you keep building homes on the beach? Why does that continue to happen? You would think if the people of Miami, the officials there, the powers that be, if they really believed in global warming, that a 2-foot rise is headed their way, they wouldn't allow anybody building on the beach.
Right. And do you ever think that maybe this is just a way to keep people from being able to have beachfront property, people that you are jealous of?
You bet.
They're the haves, you're the have-nots. But you know what? If you hate them so much, and you do believe this is going to happen, then let them build on the coast. You should, because then you'll be laughing. You'll be laughing when the rich people lose everything to this rising sea.
As part of the story, they showed this picture of the Miami Beach area in 1960 and showed how much beach was there. And if you look at a similar picture of the same area in 2020, so we're 61 years later, 2021, we're 61 years later. It's the same. So, I mean, what are you worried about? Wouldn't you put more stock into what's actually occurring than what the computer models are predicting? Especially the computer models that have been wrong every single time? You'd think so, but I guess not. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Great to have you with us. Start the week here together. Got some tweets. This from Texas Lori D. I feel like Pat's granddaughter should have gotten all the free Kexi cookies she could possibly want for her birthday.
You think you could have pulled that off?
I think those would have killed her, frankly. She would have been...
That's so rich.
Yeah. So shocked. What is this? But But bless you for saying that.
I felt that maybe she would have just been like, "You didn't spend any money on these."
Yeah. This is what, a bunch of freebies that you have laying around the house, which, by the way, don't exist. My wife is very protective of the cookies that she bakes and doesn't want to bake any extras. So those are forbidden. Yeah, those are forbidden.
She's a businesswoman.
Yeah, we can't eat them in our house. Unless we can buy them, but we can't just eat them. All the way, by the way, on that front, so you might want to wait a minute or two, like a day or two, to actually place your order. But the oven is being installed right now.
Wow.
They have to put, because we're moving our operation from a temporary kitchen to the permanent one we built. And so everything should go a lot better now. We'll be able to go nationwide starting sometime this week, hopefully.
Whoa.
They just have to put in the, smokestack or whatever through the roof.
Deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to call it a smokestack.
I'm going to call it an exhaust.
You want to call it an exhaust vent.
No. I said exhaust deal.
Deal.
I
Okay,
was
the
very
exhaust
specific.
deal.
With
all right.
Yeah, we nearly set our house on fire with our oven this weekend.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I don't know. Walmart's got this thing now when you buy a pizza in the cardboard box, instead of just a pizza, it's now in this like black foamy whatever thing. I don't know. You're supposed to put that in the oven. Can you believe that?
What? You put the box in the oven? The box it comes in?
Yeah, that's what it's so weird. And
that is weird. So you did it?
I didn't.
Oh.
I mean, I'm going to throw my kids under the bus here. They did.
Yeah.
And
didn't go well?
Didn't go well.
Huh.
Yeah, so it was it caught fire.
So cardboard plus intense heat?
Not cardboard. I don't even know what material it is. I didn't have a chance to really look at it. But I remember I pulled up to the driveway Saturday night and I commented to my youngest who was with me. I said, "Wow, it smells like a house is burning. I hope it's not ours." And it was.
And it was.
Oh boy, we narrowly avoided.
Wow, scary.
Yeah.
All right, Jeffy blood thinners?
Jeffy's blood thinners. Oh, chiming in, huh?
You think Biden will finally change the name of the White House?
Don't give him any ideas.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Nothing's absurd anymore.
Would not be surprised. From Jeffy's 18 Spoons. Pat just asked Pat just asked who would be mad about separating boys and girls toy sections. Losers, Pat. Losers get mad about that. You have to be a pretty big one to get hacked off about that.
Man, how do people find the time to complain about stuff like this? That's what I want to know. Never mind the outrage. How do you have the time?
That's a good question. The excommunicated who that Horton heard, the same computer models that predict our temperatures to rise are the same ones that predicted millions and millions of deaths due to coronavirus.
Oh, yeah.
True enough. Anthony tweets, "It's International Women's Day.
Whoa.
How is that possible with no genders? Should we be confused? Offended? Where is International Men's Day?"
Uh-huh. Yeah, nice try.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one. Honestly, just wait 5 minutes and then whatever feeling that you're experiencing right now will be either validated or corrected. So
Yes.
just hang loose.
Or you'll be thrown into prison and they'll just throw away the key. Because how dare you even ask that question? How dare you? Daring Podcast tweets, female to female transition.
Yeah.
Father in heaven, can you start breaking seals and pouring bowls of wrath out? Yes, he can. And it's a little scary because I think soon he will. So we got that going for us. Also, we were talking about the climate change nonsense in Miami with this rising sea levels that have not risen in the last 60 years for Miami, but they're preparing for catastrophic rising soon. Not based on anything that's happened or is happening, but based on computer models that think it will happen. Mm-hmm. Now we get to Greta Thunberg, who is upset. She's upset by over Joe Biden and his lack of any substantive action on climate change. Here's what is troubling her.
Something you don't normally do, you said. Get involved in party politics, but you made an exception.
What?
In your view, how has Joe Biden done on climate issues in his first 50 days in office? What grade would you give him?
Okay, Greta, tell us.
Well, you shouldn't take that from me. I'm just a teenager, so
Thank
I'm
you.
not, I
Right?
don't have the mandate
Pause
to,
it for a second.
to
Then
sort of-
why are you on this show? Why are you continually babbling about the catastrophic climate change that's coming? What you just said is exactly right. That's what we've been trying. She's 16. Well, she might be 17 now. I don't know. She's a stupid teenager. She doesn't know what the deal is. Are you kidding me?
We
and we
should remember
continually,
this.
we should play this over
Rob,
and over and over.
Isolate her saying, you shouldn't listen to me. I'm just a teenager, because we're going to need that again at some point.
No question about it. That is unbelievable. All right, start from the beginning, because that's incredible.
Tweet, something you don't normally do, you said. Get involved in party politics.
Which is a
but
lie,
you
by
made
the
an
way.
exception. In your view, how has Joe Biden done on climate issues in his first 50 days in office? What grade would you give him?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you shouldn't take that from me. I'm just a teenager, so I don't have the mandate to sort of give grades like that. My opinions on this doesn't matter. You should rather look at the science and whether his policies are in line with the Paris Agreement and to stay below 1.5 or even 2 degrees Celsius. And then you can clearly see that, no, it's not nearly enough in line with the science. And that's not me saying, that's just black and white looking at
No,
the facts.
that's you saying it, Puddin'.
What
That's
would you like
saying.
to see him do to fight climate
My
change that he
gosh.
isn't doing, that he said he won't do? Because his administration is saying we've set up a
Yeah, what
climate
should he do?
office,
Good question.
we've set up a climate czar,
What do you
we've
want?
re-signed Paris, we're conserving more land, we're undoing a lot of what Donald Trump did. What would you like to see him do that he's not doing?
Thank you.
What do you got, teenager?
I mean, I understand that it's difficult, and to be honest, I would not want to be in a politician's position right now. I can't imagine how hard it must be. But, I mean, I would just like him to basically just treat the climate crisis like a crisis. They have said themselves that this is an existential threat. And
No, they haven't said
they
that.
better treat it accordingly, which they are not.
No.
I mean, they are just
It's a
treating
lie.
the
Greta.
climate crisis like as it was a political topic among other topics, and treat it as a crisis. That's the number one step we need to do. And to spread it.
Good suggestion. It's a great suggestion. Treat it as a crisis.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy just outlined all the crap that Biden has done. He's done plenty on climate change since he took office. It's one of his big priorities. And he got us back into the stupid Paris Accord, which does nothing. And he's taken away a lot of the deregulation that Donald Trump was responsible for. What do you want? And she can't name a single thing that she wants. Treat it as a crisis. Yeah, can you narrow that down a little bit? What exactly would you like to see him do? And of course, the answer is to completely trash the capitalist system. That's what they want. Because this green movement is the new red movement. It's all about communism, Marxism, control. That's what it's about. Why is this 17-year-old in on it? I don't know. They've apparently scared her out of her mind, and so she bought in wholeheartedly to everything. But as she says twice there, she's not even qualified to answer the question.
Of course, I would say the same goes for many, many scientists that we supposedly listen to for policy.
Yeah.
That they're qualified, though. They're qualified. But they're spewing the same junk science that she is. They're all drawn from the same well. But she's right. Biden did call it an existential
threat
of our time.
He did.
Yeah.
But the experts aren't. And every time they're tracked down to ask about this existential threat,
What are we
they
down
all
to?
deny there is one.
We down to 8 years now?
I think 9.
9 years?
Yeah, I think we're at 9 years.
Okay.
Before we're completely obliterated from the face of the earth.
Wow. Now, is it going to be just kind of like the day after tomorrow? Or like the earth just gets pissed?
Or it flash freezes or whatever?
Yeah. Or is it going to be slowly?
And the only place that's safe is the New York Public Library. If you could just make it to the library, you'll be okay. Because they're burning books in there. And that'll keep you warm. Yeah, that's true. Regardless of climate change, they're burning books.
Yep.
Let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. Great news. They have expanded their coverage at Patriot Mobile dramatically. So that makes it even easier for more Americans to drop the big name carriers who charge way too much and then donate money to leftists like Greta Thunberg. Ugh. That's why we're proud to partner with Patriot Mobile, because they've never sent a penny to the left. They don't try to silence you. They're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. They believe in this country. They believe in you and your ability to noodle things out on your own. You can make this switch with confidence because they also use the same networks as the big carriers. They just don't charge you as much. And they make switching really easy. You can keep your phone or you can get a new one, keep your phone number or get a new one. And right now, when you build your own bundle with multi-line discounts, you'll save even more. Go to patriotmobile.com/Pat or call their U.S.-based customer service team, 972-PATRIOT. 972-PATRIOT or patriotmobile.com/Pat. This month, get free Premier activation where they set up the phone for you, and you get a special gift when you use the offer code PAT. patriotmobile.com/Pat.
Pat Gray.
Oh, you know what else there was? Big event yesterday that I didn't care about almost as much as I don't care about the NBA All-Star Game. The big royal interview with Oprah Winfrey, where she interviewed Harry and Meghan Markle, and all kinds of huge revelations came to light, I guess. Like, somebody was concerned. Someone in the royal family was concerned about how dark the baby's skin would be. Really? Yeah, who was that? Oh, I can't say because that would come. Okay, well, then it's a lot better for you to just cast aspersions and just let us believe that it could be any number of people. Completely unfair. I don't care about the royal family, but that's sleazy stuff. If you're going to make that kind of accusation, back it up by giving us the name. And let that person defend themselves. Pathetic. But they want to get back to basics. And that's why they're living in a $14.5 million mansion in Los Angeles.
Ooh. Yeah. They chose L.A.?
Yeah. Well, Montecito, suburban L.A.
Okay, they chose California?
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Wow, they're dumb.
Yeah. Well, they're like-minded, so California suits them. And I'm glad that they were able to get back to the basics of this incredible mansion and incredible lifestyle. They can go anywhere and do anything. Got all kinds of money. It's just back to basics.
Are they? They're not royals, huh? Like they're done. They're not considered. Like,
I don't know.
Duke
honestly,
Duchess. Lord.
No, I think they're still. Do they still have the titles? I think they do. I don't know. I don't pay close enough attention. Maybe somebody can let us know.
And why not, Pat? Your audience demands it.
Do they? They do?
Do not.
All right. Speaking of our audience, let's go to Tracy. PN. What's that an abbreviation for? Is that Pennsylvania, supposedly?
PA, guys.
All right. Tracy?
Hey, girl.
Hey.
What?
Well, we missed the first.
Hey, girl.
Okay.
I think the reason why the ocean levels are rising is because of erosion and the junk we keep putting in there.
Well, yeah, erosion is part of it. Sort of a natural process, too, that has nothing to do with climate change.
Maybe they should just kind of pump the sand back out and put it back where it was.
What about the Great Garbage Patch? That's probably caused the sea level to rise, too, huh?
Yeah, and the ships we keep dropping in there to build the reefs and
right.
Like that. So.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Tracy. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Erosion. You know what else they use all the time? Calving of giant ice blocks. Mm-hmm. When huge pieces of the Arctic shelf fall into the sea. They use that like it's a global warming phenomenon. No, the ice just got so big and so heavy it broke off. That's always happened. It'll continue to happen.
Okay, spin it, spin it, spin it. Or like, let's just say hypothetically, right? Mm-hmm. You have an island that could possibly tip over and
capsize.
I mean, that's gonna That's going to cause the sea level to rise, right?
Well, yeah, I think that would cause a massive tsunami for the other islands around it, wouldn't it?
So maybe it's a global maybe it's a it's a planet issue by not moving our Navy to one side of an island. You love the planet.
It was the Marines, a branch of the Navy, but not the whole Navy. They were just going to put 10,000 Marines there.
Listen to you continue to spin. So you obviously hate the planet is kind of what I'm concluding.
Yes. Yeah, that's accurate. Sure. I hate the planet. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. By the way, you noticed that the House canceled their session. Was Thursday was the big day, right? Was the Insurrection 2 insurrection part. Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the Capitol building comes Insurrection 2, the non-event. So that's exactly what happened. They canceled the House session because they were scared that the bombing of the Capitol was going to happen and there was going to be another insurrection. There was going to be all kinds of violence. You know what they found?
What?
Nothing.
Really? I thought QAnon was like a really...
that's what I thought, too. I thought they were planning the overthrow of the nation. And there was going to be mass casualties. And they were coming through with bombs, tanks, surface-to-air missiles. And instead, nothing.
Nothing at all. No.
Which is why they kept the 5,000 National Guard troops there and the razor-wired fence. They were all prepared for nothing.
By the way...
For nothing.
Speaking of QAnon, three different stories this weekend about QAnon attached to Christianity.
Oh, they just folded in, right?
They are coming for Christians now, and this is their end, whether there's any facts there whatsoever or not.
And there are zero facts to that. None. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed. Coming up. Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Also, some tweets at Pat Unleashed, where Amy What's-Her-Face tweets, Greta, I'm just a teen. Interviewer, yes. Now, tell us what the leader of the free world should do.
Exactly.
Even Greta realized, you know what, I'm in way over my head here. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure why people are even interviewing me, and yet they continue. From Lone Wolf 2965, go to the New York Public Library. Are you kidding? The documentary Ghostbusters showed us that place is haunted. That was a good documentary, too.
Yeah.
Hard to believe that documentary is now...
No, please don't do that. Don't. No.
It's now just 37 years old.
See, you just did that.
I did it. I had to go there.
And 28 years ago today, Beavis and Butthead debuted.
No. Really? Wow. And pretty soon a movie's coming out, right?
That's, yeah.
From Dwayne, Viking writer, they meant the 20th false flag, not the 20th, the March. I guess that they're coming back.
Yeah, the 20th.
Honest.
Yeah. So
it's an honest number.
Yeah, because the authorities have to have some excuse of why they're keeping the troops there. And so first it was, January 20th, the inauguration day. March 4th, the old inauguration day. Now it's March 20th, the anniversary of the GOP becoming a party. I mean, they're going to constantly come up with some excuse to leave the troops there until the end of time.
In occupied D.C.
Occupied D.C. There you go, ODC.
Interesting. 888-900-3393. Also, you'll be happy to note, a lot of people have been talking about the CNN fact checker, the reality check they do. He was gone for a while after the inauguration. He's back. So don't disparage CNN over it. He's back, and he is fact checking Donald Trump. Still.
Hold on. The private citizen?
Still.
Donald Trump?
Yes, the private citizen. Still no fact check on any of Joe Biden's garbage or Kamala Harris's, Nancy Pelosi. We don't fact check any of them. But they're still fact checking Donald Trump.
There is not one decision Donald Trump makes over the course of a day that affects my life. Okay?
No, that's right. Right. Exactly.
Really think what a service they're doing over there.
Right?
At the fact check, was that CNN?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Boy, they are.
Oof. They're on top of it. They really are on top of it. A lot of talk, too, about canceling Pepe Le Pew. Anybody remember Pepe Le Pew, the womanizing skunk?
Skunk.
Oh, mon chéri, your eyes are like pools of spring water. Your teeth are like stars. They come out at night. And
they usually liked it.
And they liked it.
Okay.
And I guess one of the women in particular, the female skunk that didn't want to, was always trying to avoid his advances.
Yeah.
Well, he was normalizing the rape culture during those years. And so I guess we got to take the cartoon skunk pretty seriously. We need to cancel the cartoon skunk who hit on women and apparently wouldn't take no for an answer. And now they want to cancel Speedy Gonzalez as well. Looney Tunes is in trouble, man. All of their stuff is
That's their staple right there, both of those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speedy Gonzalez apparently, he was fast. That's why they called him Speedy.
Mm-hmm.
But he was also drunk from time to time and lethargic. And those are apparently playing into stereotypes. So he's got to go too. Looney Tunes not going to have much of an archive left after all of this. Wow. It's incredible.
I thought
it's
Speedy
incredible.
was smart too, though. Like he would outsmart the people.
Well, yeah, I guess not, though. No, I guess not.
Why is that? So now you could flip it and say, well, why are you getting rid of a character of Mexican descent, if that's what he is?
Yeah.
Who outsmarts the bad guys? Are you saying you can't have a smart Hispanic character
who saves the day on a regular basis? Seriously, didn't he? He won every time.
Sure.
In the end, it was Speedy Gonzalez. Whatever he was setting out to do, he did. Got away from the cat or whatever the problem was. He always won.
Oh, but look, I guess you're saying Mexicans can't outsmart people.
Right.
Wow. Okay,
You're threatened by Speedy Gonzalez.
Just play their game. Just find some. You cannot get too absurd. They've proven this.
Yep.
So find the most extreme element, and you can still flip it on them every time.
The other thing is, somebody reminded us of a prediction I made a while ago.
Yeah. This is good, man. This is fun.
Apparently, what day was this?
February 18th. You made a
February
prediction
18th.
On this program, right behind that very microphone.
This golden microphone. I miss him so much. The golden EIB microphone, my friends.
And ironically,
that
was the show titled Remembering Rush Limbaugh, because it was the day after he died. So February 18th, you made a prediction.
And this was it. Can you read Huckleberry Finn anymore? Is that okay? I don't think so. Is there a school that would hand that out to be required reading anymore? It certainly was when I was in school, but I bet it's not now. You can't read Mark Twain now. How do you do that with the language he used? And now you've got Shakespeare too? Jeez. Who is going to be okay to read? Dr. Seuss probably won't be politically correct soon. Maybe he's already under fire somewhere. I don't know, but it's they're going to be burning these books very, very soon. My friends, in my never nicotine-stained fingers, I made that prediction back on February 18th.
That was awesome, man.
I miss him. Even though they're still playing clips of Rush. And
I like how
probably
they're doing
will for
it, too.
months.
Yeah.
So you still get to hear him every day if you want. But yeah, we made that. I mean, how weird is that? It just took 2 weeks or whatever after that prediction. Sure enough.
Yeah, thank you, Texas Bizzle, for
thank you
remembering that.
Very cool. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Let's go to Mel in South Carolina. Hey, Mel, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. You really concerned, or are you just making? Okay. All right. Good.
I just wanted to make a comment about these governors who are making kind of a big political statement about opening the states. I live in South Carolina. They lifted all the mandates, and you don't need to make a big announcement. We just want the freedom, and we're happy. And We don't need all the political hoorah around it.
How many piles of dead bodies have you passed today?
I mean, on the way to work today, I had to swerve several times.
I bet.
But
right.
I made it through. I have a 4-wheel drive, so I just went over them.
Good answer.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Mel. Yeah, without any fanfare at all, South Carolina just went back to normal. So good. And it's probably better to do it without the fanfare because now everybody's got the focus, laser focus on Texas. And so anything that goes wrong is going to be the fault of Abbott removing the mask mandate, which is ludicrous.
Yeah, well, now they're getting ready to blame DeSantis because spring break is here.
Sure. And they don't have rules disallowing it.
So crowds are going to Florida, and they're already laying the groundwork to blame him.
But if you think back to the Super Bowl and the 25,000 people that were kind of milling around in the streets and partying before and after, and that was supposed to be a big super spreader event, but it wasn't.
It was not. The numbers do not show that at all.
So great. Denise in Texas. Hi, you're on the Blaze.
Hi, how are you?
Still doing okay.
Listen, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm still in Port Aransas, not rocking a mask, so it's all good. By the way, Mark Levin had a theory. His theory was the reason the gates are around the Capitol is because, remember back in the way back day, like last year, we used to be able to go to the Capitol, listen to the hearings, talk to our representatives, express our feelings.
Yep.
He said the reason is they're trying to keep us, the people, out so they can ram all this through, and then they're going to open up and go, okay, and it's all done, and there's nothing we can say.
It's a decent theory. That would not surprise me at all.
It's scary, crazy, but
it is.
I don't know, guys. Let's just pray to God. It's all we can do.
That's about it. Appreciate it. Thanks.
And why would you need to go to the Capitol, though? You can easily just pick up the phone, call them, tell them how you feel, and your representative will act accordingly. Every time it works.
Yeah, we've proven that many times, haven't we? Mm-hmm. Where you pick up the phone and call them.
Yeah.
And they're just so responsive to it. That's great. They're like, oh, you're one of my constituents? All right. And how do you feel about this? Mm-hmm. And then you tell them again, and so it really drives it home. And then they act accordingly.
Yeah. What really upsets me, though, is when you go to these representatives' websites or senators, and they make you put in your address, and then if you live in a different zip code than what they represent, they won't even accept your correspondence. Excuse me? Your votes affect my life. Mm-hmm. You should be listening to everybody. All right? I digress.
But they don't.
Of course not.
Why? Because they know you can't vote them out of office if you're not in their district.
Of course, they're going to listen anyway. If I did even live in their district.
Yeah, no way. No, they would not. By the way, over the weekend, we got to get into this a bit. Andrew Cuomo had not one, but two more women come out and talk about him making them uncomfortable, or there was some harassment going on.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to keep a Cuomo count now.
Yeah, it's 5.
It's 5?
So far.
So the Cuomo count is...
We're up to number 5.
Okay.
Interestingly, there was one of the state leaders of the Democrat Party in New York said, I think this was Thursday or Friday before the 2 new revelations came out. She said that, okay, if there's one more accusation against him, then I'm going to urge him to resign. So now that there's 5, maybe they skipped right over her number. And now I said if there was one more, not 2 more.
Okay, Jeffy. Got it.
But we'll see if she calls for his resignation now today.
Several Democrats have in the state.
It is happening. People are, the guy is a dirtbag. Some of these allegations, to me, seem a little iffy. Do they seem that way to you? Yes, he's been inappropriate with women. But like this last one, what was it that was kind
I know one was from 21 years ago.
Yeah.
Come to the hotel with me.
Right.
And then the other one was she stood up, and as she was standing up from her desk, he kissed her hand. And
yeah, he kissed her hand. Is that really egregious? I don't know. Maybe it is now. Maybe it is. But one of them is a former press aide who described struggling to free herself from his repeated hugs, and a young assistant who now says he left her feeling like, quote, just a skirt, unquote. Former press aide Karen Hinton endured a very long, too tight, too intimate embrace from Cuomo. And then she said, I pulled away, but he pulled me back for another intimate embrace. I thought at that moment it could lead to a kiss. It could lead to other things. So I just pulled away again and I left. Okay. Cuomo's people say this did not happen. I don't know how they know that.
Right.
Have they seen every encounter with women that he's had over time? The other accuser is Anna Liss, who is a policy and operations aide who worked for the governor from 2013 to 15. Said he behaved inappropriately. I think this is the one whose hand he kissed.
Okay.
And I think he did one of those Frenchy French things where he kissed on both cheeks.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, never mind, something about his hand, her hand, and Frenchy French. That's where my mind was. I see what you're saying. So
Yeah.
little, he was going a little European.
Yes. Now, the governor called her sweetheart. Oh, no, don't say that. And asked if she had a boyfriend. Liz said Cuomo then touched her on her lower back. He's got a penchant for that, apparently.
He does dig the lower back.
He sure does.
Huh.
Then he once kissed her hand and asked her if she was dating. It's not appropriate, really, in any setting, she said. Okay, well...
Why does he get physical so quickly?
I don't know. It is. I guess that is wrong. But does this seem, a little petty? Are we grasping for straws here on this? I don't know.
I don't know this guy's governor material.
No. And some of the actions are questionable, but do they rise to the level of harassment? I'm not sure. Some of it probably does.
I think when you add in the words from Cuomo.
Yeah, it makes it ickier.
Yeah, it really does.
It's then icky.
Then it becomes icky.
Yeah.
Like if you just had generic person A and person B, and you were talking about the scenario, you go, I don't like, it's really not the best style.
I will say back east, a lot of people hug and kiss on the cheek when they greet each other. Now, I hated that. I didn't want people kissing my wife on the cheek when they greet her. That drove me out of my mind.
Okay. Well, now,
but that's what they kind of do, and that was a different time. So now I think that's just verboten.
Okay, now
you just don't do it.
Now take that scenario,
right,
and add in the words from Cuomo.
Then it's super icky.
Right now, it's like get his ass out.
Then okay, he should be behind bars the rest of his life.
Let's go do it. What's taking so long?
All right, let me tell you about iTarget Pro. A lot of state and local governments have used the coronavirus, as we know, to trample on the constitutional rights of millions, defunding law enforcement, while the mob and dangerous criminals roam free. When the government can't or won't do anything to ensure your safety, then you have to rely on yourself. That's why iTarget Pro was invented, to give law-abiding citizens a really cost-effective way to train in the safety and privacy of their own home. Don't need to pay gun range fees. You don't have to buy all kinds of ammo, because this uses a laser bullet that, first of all, saves you a ton of money, because you're not using ammo. If you can even find the ammo, it's going to be expensive. So this avoids all that. You just put the laser bullet in, then the laser shows you where your shots land on the target. Really fun, really safe, and you get proficient at your gun use. iTarget Pro comes in all major calibers, including .223 if you have an AR-15. So you can stay sharp with almost any firearm. And today, you'll save 10%, plus get free shipping when you use the offer code PAT. So do that at checkout. Use the offer code PAT. Smartest way for you to practice. And have your kids practice as well, so they know what they're doing around a gun. It makes a great gift for your patriotic love, who's got a birthday or an anniversary, or, we got Memorial Day, Mother's Day coming up. Perfect Mother's Day gift.
Boy, that's an outside-the-box gift right there. Nice.
Yes, it is.
Go for that.
That's the letter I, then targetpro.com. itargetpro.com, offer code PAT. What a great Monday it is. all kinds of exciting, fun, positive, upbeat stories. Oh, golly. It's every day. It's something even better, isn't it?
Then don't read that story. And don't.
Or that one.
No, that, yeah.
Or that one.
And, yep.
Or that.
Pretty much anything on that desk.
Yeah.
You'll want to avoid.
Not this story. California high school baseball team was suspended because 8 seniors took a yearbook photo without wearing masks. Look, if you're going to take a yearbook photo and you're going to wear masks, what's the point in taking the photo? You can't tell who it is. Oh, I recognize those eyes anywhere. You have the yearbook so that years later you can go back strolling down memory lane and you're going to be, oh, yeah, that's, I have no idea. He's got a mask on.
Oh, that's what happened with the governor of Virginia, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to thank you for getting the guess who in my head now.
Unbelievable. Varsity baseball team in California high school was suspended because the picture they took for social media, and I believe the yearbook, they weren't wearing masks. 8 of them didn't wear a mask. 8.
So what are we going to do?
We're going to suspend the whole team, is what they did.
The whole team? Wow.
Yeah.
My goodness. I didn't know that.
Burbank Unified School District officials saw the picture and decided to punish the students for violating COVID-19 safety protocols by not wearing masks and not social distancing. Did you learn nothing from the song?
Although I'll keep my social distance.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't even do the
we
last.
Appreciate it.
The entire varsity baseball team was suspended from organized practice and conditioning drills, and all 8 seniors on the team were suspended for 2 weeks.
Okay. Jeez. Because we're not destroying our youth enough.
Right. Let's make it really bad for them by taking away baseball just because they didn't wear your stupid mask. I can't take it. But these masked Nazis are everywhere.
Everywhere.
They are everywhere. Check this out. Here's somebody in a drive-through window being a masked Nazi.
Hi.
You have a mask?
No, I don't.
I can give you one.
You can give me one?
I can give you one. I need you to wear a mask.
So you can hand me a mask?
I can hand you one, yeah.
But you can't hand me the drink without a mask?
Good.
You gotta wear a mask.
How does that make any sense?
She's in her car, moron.
That's what I just need you to wear a mask. Do you mind?
Well, if you can hand me a mask, why can't you just hand me the drink?
Oh, really?
I can hand you the mask.
So he can hand me a mask, but he can't hand me my drink. Makes perfect sense, right?
Okay. You know what? I'm taking the mask, and I'm throwing it back in his face, and I'm leaving. Because she's got her credit card in her hand, her debit card. She hasn't paid yet. And I don't know if it's a Starbucks because she never turns the camera. But I see a Starbucks sign in the background. So she's either in the Starbucks parking lot or that's next door. So I don't want to fully implicate Starbucks, but you know it's Starbucks.
She should have said who it is. Because that's so stupid. She's in her car. And you're trying to get her to wear a mask. No!
And then she's like, I forgot how the sentence went down, but he would not say that it was policy. I don't know if you want to play it again, but he basically just bails out and goes, I need you to wear the mask. I don't care what you need me to do.
So they can't have every single person. This can't be. She can't be the only one who wasn't wearing a mask. Are you kidding me? Yeah, play that again. Let's just see.
Listen carefully to him.
You have a mask?
No, I don't.
I can give you one.
You can give me one?
I don't want one.
I need you to wear a mask.
So you can hand me a mask?
I can hand you one, yeah.
But you can't hand me the drink without a mask?
You've got to wear a mask.
How does that make any sense?
That's what I just need you to wear a mask.
That's what.
Why can't you just hand me the drink?
We got it. So if it were company policy, he probably would have said that.
Right. He would have leaned on that immediately.
It's his policy. I just need you to wear a mask. Right? Because we're all parrots. Right? And sheep. Right? I just need you to wear a mask. That's just crazy. You know I'm in a drive-through here, right? You know that, right? I'm not even in your freaking restaurant.
This is my personal space.
Yeah,
I
this
won't
is my
have you
car.
Infringing on it the way the government does when they force me to wear a seatbelt, but I digress
That's
again.
crazy. That is absolutely nuts. You know, life right now is like a perpetual SNL skit. What's going on isn't the least bit funny, and it has no end. And we're just living in it. And it just keeps going.
That's good.
Yeah, and I wish it were funny, but it isn't.
No.
And I wish it would have, like a punchline ending. But it doesn't. Yes, goes on and on and on. Like the Energizer Bunny, sort of.
Who's the guest host in this Saturday Night Live life?
Michael Moore.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, go to commercial.
Big fat Michael Moore.
Yeah, no.
From Wes Usery, we get this tweet. Pepe was chasing a cat.
That's right.
Once she lost her sense of smell, and she chased him unrelentlessly.
I want to see that episode before it's too late.
Uh-huh. Let's see. This from Les White.
Uh-oh.
From Les White, because we're supposed to be Les White. And now this person is. Do all the sexual allegations about Cuomo rise to the level of overshadowing the death count in New York that he's responsible for?
No.
They shouldn't. I hope they don't. That's why he needs to be removed from office and maybe even face criminal charges.
Just imagine that. None of the deaths got traction.
Yeah. We're not even talking about it. It's, he kissed somebody's hand. And that's what we're talking about? Really?
And so I wonder if it's easier or more difficult to hold him responsible for those deaths if he is out of office.
From Susan, we get this. How do hand kisses even compare with Biden shoving his hand up under a skirt and panties? Yeah, right. Cuomo's a pig, but our president is... Yeah, worse than that. Yeah. If you are to believe Tara Reid, but they won't even consider Tara Reid. They don't take her seriously. I thought everybody deserved to be listened to take seriously. Nope, not Tara Reid. She's apparently the only woman alive that nobody needs to pay any attention to. By the way, have you seen some of these ads that are coming out now because of Biden's caveman comment last week? First of all, we played this on Friday, but it bears repeating. This is so great. And the Geico commercial, the caveman in the airport. Oh, the sign on the wall. The last thing we need is Neanderthal thinking. And he's offended. I mean, the guy's on the way to a tennis tournament or something, and then he has to put up with signage like that.
And he has a smartphone. He's no caveman.
Now here he is on the set with Biden.
Oh, no.
And the last thing we need is the Neanderthal thinking that...
What? Oh, no, not cool. I did not know you were there.
These are good.
And in the living room.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And the last thing we need is the Neanderthal thinking that... What's
that supposed to mean? Did you hear that? That is really condescending.
I miss those ads. Those are great.
Yeah.
Geico's got some creative advertisers behind him. Some marketing firm that is really pretty good.
Very good, yeah.
Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking of not wearing masks and all the new things that are going on, apparently there's some new weird nose breathing device.
Oh, no. This is...
Look at this.
The theater of the absurd. Okay. It's Nosy.
Meet Nosy.
Nosy. Oh, no.
Designed to fit comfortably around your nose.
No.
It's part HEPA filter.
Oh, well then.
And part activated carbon filter.
Oh, well now it's okay.
Now I want to use it. Protects you from pollen, dust, lint, mold spores. So why doesn't it cover your mouth?
Yeah, why not? Tell us.
because humans spend most of their waking life breathing through their nose.
Oh, now
And Nosy maintains protection where other masks fail.
Okay.
See, it's just that little thing you put on fits on your nose.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
That's dumber than the mask. You couldn't pay me enough to wear that.
Okay. Well,
all right. Yes, you could. I mean, if you offer me $1 million, I'll probably wear your stupid nose.
For the sake of this conversation, let's take the $1 million off the table.
All right.
And let's just say you literally had to wear a mask. You had no choice. You couldn't defy anything for the next year. You're wearing the nosy or you're wearing the mask?
I'm wearing a mask over the nosy. That's stupid. It's just asinine. You look like a total turd wearing that thing. Come on.
You look like a toucan, man.
So ridiculous. And what do they want for that, I wonder? Because it's a HEPA filter and a carbon filter? What is that, $40?
Oh, at least.
Probably. Stupid.
I want to see how much.
Now the nosy.
The nosy. I swear, you better hope there ain't no governor sees that ad. Or else your state could be on a path to that. Nosy, a new way to breathe. BeNosy.com. You're welcome.
Now give me a price.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here.
I mean,
I got a pop-up ad.
If I'm going to buy the nosy, I need to know how much I'm going to have to pay.
I've got a pop-up ad that won't close.
Okay.
So that's a great. Well, I mean, look, if the nosy works as well as your website, then boy, we are sold. It literally won't let me move past until I give it my email address, and that's not happening.
Seriously?
Okay, finally it went away. Shop Nosy. Ooh, let's shop Nosy, Pat.
The Nosy cost. Frequently asked questions.
The Nosy X. Boy, their website.
I'm not readily
65 pounds is the British. You know what I mean? 65.
Oh my gosh! Then that's.
Pounds.
I mean, we're almost.
US.
That's almost.
$100 probably. About
Yeah.
$90.
Right.
$89.97.
$89.
$90. $90
for the nosy. You got to be kidding.
That's going to be a no on the nosy.
Wow.
For more reasons than one.
Yeah, but it's a HEPA filter and a carbon filter.
Now you're saying it
Good
like that.
morning, everybody.
So,
it's two filters in one. That's pretty hard to believe.
That's
$90 for that thing.
A society that would even dream up that product sucks. Okay, never mind, no mandate or anything like that. Somebody actually thought that was worth unleashing onto the public in one form or another.
It's embarrassing. It shows that we're on the brink of disaster.
Oh, man.
Total catastrophe. All right, I got to tell you about ScoreMaster because if you have good credit, at least that's going to improve your life in several ways. So if you have a credit score that's, average or maybe even a little below average right now, think what adding 61 points to your score in less than 20 days could do for you. It can lower your payments. It can lower the interest rate that you get on a loan. It can help you get approved on a loan you otherwise wouldn't have been approved for. So you'll save a bunch when you buy a car or finance a home or refinance, whatever, but it puts you in control of those finances. And right now it's National Credit Awareness Month. So when you can sign up for this in 1 minute and they'll even show you how many plus points you can add. With ScoreMaster, you control your credit score. Visit ScoreMaster.com/Pat. ScoreMaster.com/Pat. Unleashed. I love this story. Eric Swalwell, who is, who was involved with a Chinese spy.
Yeah, Fang Fang.
Fang, yeah. She probably slept with him on multiple occasions. I'm sure there was some pillow talk. Somehow he has completely survived that scandal. It seems to be that nobody's even looking into it.
Yeah, it's because the Democrats are in complete and total power.
Really amazing. So you spent 2 years with a Chinese spy, and there's no repercussions for a U.S. congressman over that.
Who runs Washington, D.C. currently?
Yeah, the Democrats. Yeah. So he's suing former President Donald Trump and his allies over the Capitol Hill riot, or the Capitol building riot. He claims that the unrest in Washington on January 6th, well, it caused him to suffer from, quote, severe emotional distress.
What?
Unquote. Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah.
Lay low, bro.
Severe emotional distress, Keith. Maybe you're not hearing what I'm saying to you. The man is emotionally distressed.
Uh-huh.
Civil lawsuit filed Thursday in federal court in Washington alleges Trump and his allies are responsible for the injury and destruction from the riot at the Capitol. Suit targets Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Don Jr., and Republican Representative Mo Brooks of Alabama for their alleged roles in the violence. I'm not sure how Mo Brooks fits into that.
Okay.
Donald Trump, his son Donald Jr., his advisor Rudy Giuliani, and Congressman Mo Brooks, together with many others, defiled that sacrament through a campaign of lies and incendiary rhetoric, which led to the sacking of the United States Capitol on January 6th. Did the Capitol building actually get sacked? No, it did not. It was attacked. There was vandalism, but the Capitol building was not sacked.
Well, you remember Via Getty, that guy. He carried out the speaker's podium.
Yeah, Via Getty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were mad at him for a while. Oh, Via.
Oh, my.
It's amazing. Since that snafu from the left, thinking that Via Getty was the name of the guy carrying the podium, instead of the fact that photo came from Getty News Agency. Since that time, I've noticed that there are hundreds, thousands of photos that come, and they all say Getty on them. Via Getty.
Yeah.
And you never noticed that before, you left-wing morons?
Like they read.
That's true.
Like they follow
That's
the
true.
news. My goodness.
Anyway, the 65-page complaint claims that the defendants engaged in, quote, conspiracy to violate civil rights, unquote, negligent to prevent interference with civil rights, incitement to riot, inciting assault, disorderly conduct, and terrorism.
Wow.
In claiming for weeks that Biden's victory was, in fact, the largest act of fraud in American history, in seeing that some of Trump's supporters were willing to engage in violence in response to such claims, and in using highly inflammatory language and repeating the false claims of fraud at the rally before sending the crowd to the Capitol, the defendants at a minimum acted negligently. So, again, Eric Swalwell is now emotionally distressed.
Is he?
Yeah. He wasn't while he was sleeping with the Chinese communist spy for 2 years.
Allegedly.
That he won't deny, by the way.
Oh, that's true.
And so that didn't distress him at all.
No.
Giving up state secrets to her, I'm sure, in pillow talk. But this does.
Yeah.
Now he's a wreck. Now he's just a wreck.
Listen to this quote. The plaintiff, Swalwell, prepared himself for possible hand-to-hand combat as he took off his jacket and tie and searched for makeshift instruments of self-defense.
Oh, my gosh.
Eric Swalwell, Street Fighter character now.
Yeah. Jeez. He was going to engage in hand-to-hand combat, was he?
I mean, he took off his jacket and tie.
Oh,
it doesn't
he meant
say,
serious business then.
But it doesn't say. Maybe Fang Fang was there. Took off his jacket and tie. Search for makeshift instruments of self-defense. Won't touch that one. But my goodness, this guy, if anybody should just keep their mouth closed.
Should be him.
And fly below the radar as best you can right now, it's Eric Swalwell.
But he knows he doesn't have to. Chuck in California, you're on the Blaze. Hi.
Good morning, Pat.
Morning.
I'm calling in because in listening to your super spreader events, I noticed one in the mainstream media that happened in Sturgis last year, and it was a huge super spreader, 50,000 bikers in Sturgis.
All right.
How many dead bodies came out of that?
Too many to count, if I remember correctly. It was so many. It was so many, Chuck, that the media couldn't even cover it. It was too distressing. And it would have thrown the country into such a state of distress that they decided not to even cover it.
I am so glad you cleared that up for me.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Not the fact that there weren't any people dead from that event. It's just that it was too overwhelming.
Well, no, it was all the hospitalizations that I thought happened.
Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it. Yeah, the Sturgis thing. Another great point. And they made such a big deal out of that. Look at this super spreader event. People are going to be...
If it's anything that those with right-leaning politics attend,
yes,
then it's a super spreader event.
Yes. If you have 30,000 people all jammed together on a street in Los Angeles, a photo that we've seen a million times, that's not a super spreader event because they were there for Black Lives Matter. There it is. Look at that. I mean, that's crazy. But nobody got sick from that.
No, that's because, and look, and let's just say somebody did, right? The greater good was served. We have to talk about racism and shine a light where it exists.
Yes.
Because that's more important.
Andrew in Oregon, you're on the Blaze. Hi.
Good morning, Pat Keith. Andrew calling from the People's Republic of Oregon. Sorry, got it mixed up. So I get so sick of these masks that I have got my kids, and I've got them pretty trained up that if someone tells them no mask, they say no underwear either. And I want you guys to know that we've really worked on it hard at home, and my 6-year-old can't wait to say it. So, and it's gotten so bad here. It's gotten so bad here in Oregon that in July we're moving out of state. It's unbearable.
Are you really?
Yeah, we're just moving to West Virginia. We can't. The cost of living, the Democratic state, it's unbearable here anymore. And I've talked to so many people that are feeling the same way. They're going to Idaho. They're getting the heck out of here. It's just unbelievable. It's Northern California.
What part of Oregon do you live in?
I live in a rural area, actually a wine community about 45 minutes south of Portland called Carlton. And everybody from Portland is moving down to that area.
Well,
it's crazy.
What's happened to Portland is just horrific. Have you been there since all this nonsense began?
Yeah, we drove through Portland on the interstate this weekend to go to, it's called Delta Park, where my daughter plays soccer. And we went probably a few months ago we drove through it to go to Washington for when her grandfather passed away to pack up his place. And the homeless on Interstate 5, 205, it's tripled. It's tripled. I mean, they got, they have those big barriers on the side of the highways for sound and protecting. We've seen some of the homeless have ladders up to it.
My gosh.
I mean, can you imagine living there with your kids and worrying about homeless people? And then I saw another homeless camp that had a grill out there. I mean, so they're just on the side of the highway grilling. I mean, it's unbearable.
Wow. Wow. All right. Appreciate the call. Thanks a lot, Andrew. And I feel your pain. I feel your pain on the nightmare that is Oregon. Because, I mean, we just have to talk about it when it comes up. You're actually right in the heart of it, which sounds like a smart move to leave right about now, because where's that headed?
Starting to get a little tent city beginning in Fort Worth now, I've noticed the last couple weeks.
Really?
Since the snowstorm.
There's a tent city where in Fort Worth?
You go down 35W. It's down into the city there. And it's just a nice little
right
green
off the
area.
freeway?
Yeah, there's about, say 15, 20 tents.
Jeez.
And there's room for more.
Wow. Well, you know that room will be filled up, I'm sure.
I mean, Abbott has cracked down on similar situations in Austin. You might want to look toward Fort Worth.
Yeah, definitely. But the insanity just continues. I love this meme that's going around where it's showing what Coca-Cola was doing in 1971.
Aw, harmony.
Like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
Okay.
And then 50 years later, 2021, try to be less white.
That is where we have ended up.
We're not trying to teach the world to sing anymore in perfect harmony?
No, that's a white man's
Well, you
trick.
can't harmonize with white people.
Right?
Everybody knows that.
Right. Whitey cannot sing.
They
has
can't
no
sing.
Rhythm.
They can't jump. They can't dance. Whitey can't do anything except enslave people and oppress other people. That's what Whitey does.
I appreciate you, as a white man, saying that.
Yeah.
Making some progress here.
Yes. If you don't hate yourself as a white person, you're not doing your job right now.
That's true.
You're just not.
That is true.
If you're not doing the anti-racism, it's not enough to not be racist. You must be anti-racist.
Because remember, we're all born
racist
to be not human.
All of us whites, yeah. And babies. Did we talk about this on Friday? Babies, 3-month-old babies. Yeah, we did. 3-month-old babies, if they're white, are already showing their signs of racism.
That's right.
That's why you must talk to them as early as birth about how not to be racist. In fact, that obviously, as I just said, doesn't go far enough. You got to teach them to be anti-racist, which means you got to teach them how to hate themselves. And that needs to start early on.
And that's the left telling you
to
teach your kids from birth that they're racist and they need to steer away from that. I mean, kid, I'd take that offer, because if that's a leftist that's telling you that, you're lucky to even be alive and let you be born. So,
Right. In Louisville, Black Lives Matter was harassing some cheerleaders. Apparently, they made the mistake of being white and walking past these people. Here's what happened.
Do something black today with your white privilege.
Your white privilege besides cheer. The reason why you get to be here in these pretty gorgeous outfits with your gorgeous hair, your gorgeous dome, is because of your white privilege. Rihanna is dead. Black mothers are burying their babies while white goes to cheer competitions.
Wow.
Black mothers are burying their babies while white mothers send their children to cheer competitions.
What?
Black mothers are bearing their babies while white mothers send their children to cheer competition.
Black mothers are burying their babies?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Whitey kills them.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
So it's these cheerleaders' fault. It's a good thing they were screaming at him through a bullhorn then.
Now again,
good thing.
and I know we do this, and it's a tired thing, but just a group
that was black people?
cheerleaders walking by.
And a white person is yelling at him through a bullhorn. Is that a big story then? Can you imagine? Oh, I can't take it.
It's only Monday, Pat.
I can't take it. Oh, my goodness.
You need an animal video, don't you?
No.
No?
No, it's not that bad, Keith.
No, it's not that bad?
No, it's not that
okay. All righty.
It's not that bad.
All right.
How?
Say so.
I mean...
What do you do with that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because it's just so obviously racist, and nobody cares that the racism is now completely directed at whites, and now it's okay.
Yeah,
I guess.
And what if you do if you're a chaperone with those girls? I don't think you stop and yell at the chick with the megaphone, but you do stop and you address this with the girls once you get out of that area, and just say, "Look, there's hate in this world, and it comes in all forms, and you just saw it. I'm sorry you had to experience that."
Seriously. Jeez. Because nobody cares. Man, if again, as you said, it's tired. We do it all the time, but it's appropriate.
Yeah.
If that was a group of black cheerleaders with a whitey yelling at them, that would be the only story you would see on CNN.
Yeah. We're going to deduct points for those cheerleaders being white, right?
Right.
Pat Gray.
Yeah.
Only on the Blaze Radio Network.